Local 3 News.
And Friday Night Football starts now.
From Local 3 Sports, this is Friday Night Football with Ben Bobick, Samantha Casano, and Greg Glover.
Friday Night Football is brought to you by Food City. Nobody does food like Food City. And Sonic Drive-In. Live free. Eat Sonic.
And now, Friday Night Football.
There is nothing in the world like a Friday night in the fall. But how could you make something so good even better? You roll on over to the oven, crank it up a few degrees, throw a few more logs on the fire. It's what we like to call playoff football. You win or you play basketball. It's as simple as it can get. Welcome in to Friday Night Football on Local 3. Let's get it popping with our game of the week.
It's time for the Friday Night Football Game of the Week, sponsored by Warren & Griffin, your local 5-star law firm, supporting high school football for decades. We don't just put up billboards, we put down roots.
Anytime a team can make history, we're all about it. But you think about Sale Creek, a program that's only been around a little more than a decade, to host their first ever playoff game at their stadium. That's history we can't miss. And we have just the person that was there for it all. Samantha Casano joins us live in the studio this week. We had to pull her in for precautionary purposes. How'd it go out there, Samantha?
Yeah, you were not lying about the atmosphere at Ron Cox Field. And something about this Sale Creek team has just felt different all year long. From a 4-win season a year ago, now these Panthers are fighting to prove they are one of the best in 1A. And if tonight was any indication, yeah, other teams should be on notice.
Sale Creek bringing out all the stops for this first-round matchup with Innovation Academy. It only takes a few minutes for Sale Creek to get on the board. Opening drive, J.D. Skiles with a short pass to Hunter Fowler. The senior hauls it in for the score. The Panthers lead 7-zip. More where that came from on drive 2. It's Fowler again rushing in for 6. It's 13-0 Sale Creek. That's the score after one. Second quarter, Panthers up 21-0. Somebody in black and blue punches it in. Pretty sure it's Josiah Justinson. Sale Creek is on top 27-0 at the break. The Sentinels looking for answers to start the third, but they're forced to punt the ball away. It's a muffed punt. Khalil Escobar scoops it up and gives the Panthers a defensive score. And we get one more touchdown on offense. Brody Raby looks for options, moves right, airs it out to Justinson, who makes it look way too easy with the connection. Sale Creek is moving on to round 2 with a dominant 39-0 win over Innovation Academy.
They came in thinking that they were going to win. We knew that we had to set the tone and kick them out of the game early. They started hanging their heads low in the second half, and that's what helped the win.
It feels so good. I'm so excited, and I'm just ready to play next week with all my brothers.
It's just awesome. And to see Coach Cox, who started the program, he's back out here with us. He stayed with us and, been an integral part of this too. The teams that came before this that set the foundation and dreamed about the day when Sale Creek could win a playoff game. Just really proud of these guys, proud of this community, the administration, and everybody that's had a hand in what happened tonight.
And so get this, Rockwood, a 4 seed, upsets Hampton, a top seed, which means Sale Creek gets to host again a week from tonight. The storybook season for the Panthers continues next week at Ron Cox Field.
Everything coming up Creek Freaks. But now, did you see the young women with the spiked shoulder pads in the crowd?
I didn't run into them, sadly.
They were incredible. And you know what? They're going to be even more incredible next week.
Clearly.
Samantha, thank you. Awesome game of the week. Now let's shift gears. Red Bank put themselves through the ringer in non-region play this year with games against Ray County, Tyner, Bradley Central, South Pittsburgh. The Lions started the year 1-4, but when region play hit, they were ready as they closed the season on a 5-game win streak, winning a region title in the process. Their reward, a first-round date with defending state champion Macon County. Another fall and another big game at Tom Weathers Field. Red Bank looking to make a statement and dethrone the champs. Tigers with the ball early, and Matthew Wheely had everyone fooled. Well, who's got the ball? Well, now it's Red Bank. Lions defense coming up with a big forced fumble. Markel Lansden on the recovery. How's that get the party rolling in the bank? Red Bank always has a horse in the backfield, a staple of running backs. Enter Jacoby Sally. just a man on a mission. He sipped his go-go juice today. Go, gone. Lions up 10-0, but Macon County finally cracks through. Bentley gives it to Brennan Flowers. He gets his flowers in the end zone, 10-7 Red Bank. But they go back to the well, the Sally well, 2-4. Running wild tonight for Red Bank, and they needed them. Lions would go up big, but they would have to hold off a monster Macon County comeback. They do to take down the defending state champs 31-28 at home. We head north, another big game at Jewel Field. Who would have thunk it? Caden Brewster back in the end zone. Who would have thunk it? Meigs County, well, they're about to roll, and roll they will. Johnson County looking for a big play. Oh, it would be a big play, just not in their favor. Cornelius Morgan going up to make a big pick. That's a big-time play and a big-time moment, and he's letting you know about it, too. How about more from Morgan? Look at this cat. Listen, if Meigs County is rolling out these dogs, who's going to stop them? Sure wasn't going to be Johnson County. What's one more pick for good measure? Eli Lamb. And he's got some room in front of him. Meigs County looks like a well-oiled machine. They win 45-8 to advance to the second round. The Silverdale Seahawks getting a chance to host a playoff game for the second straight season as they welcome in ECS out of the Memphis area. Defense optional in the first half. The Seahawks decided to start taking that option. Jackson Deitch, with the sack to put the ball back in the hands of his offense. But a little trouble on the RPO exchange here. Cody Davenport coughs it up. Connor Martin on the recovery for the Eagles. But again, the Hawks defense takes the option, gets the ball back to their offense, and they let Davenport rectify his mistake. 12 gets loose for a 37-yard gain to set Silverdale up in the Hines red zone. And what a silent weapon for Silverdale Davenport is. They have plenty on the outside, but they have a dang good running back too, and a dang good team. The Seahawks are back in the state quarterfinals as they put up a monster number to beat ECS 62-35. Let's go to the scoreboards for the first time tonight. Joe Burns beats Whitwell last night by 6. Tough end of the season for the Tigers. South Pittsburgh rolls 58-0. We have a delay in the Bledsoe County game over there in Pikeville, rightfully so. Grundy County gets their first playoff win in over 2 decades last night on the road. South Green eliminates Polk County. Forest eliminates Chattanooga Prep. Great fight from the Sentinels, though. McMinn Central, how about this? Shuts out Pigeon Forge. Bradley Central goes on the road and beats Jefferson County 31-20, and Fort Payne advances in Alabama 38-23 over Athens.
Here's your pick for the Friday Night Football Play of the Week, sponsored by Center for Sports Medicine and Orthopedics, Urgent Ortho Walk-In Clinics.
What a tough decision, but Chickamauga has spoken. Dustin Day, pump fake up top to Landon Norton. Allow me to indulge because you just got moss, son. Norton with a spectacular grab for a touchdown. The region champs had the week off ahead of the beginning of their playoff run next Friday. Even in a bye week, they land on the show as our Week 13 play of the week. And we're going to see the region champion Gordon Lee Trojans in action along with the rest of our Georgia schools who had the week off this Friday next week. But we take no days off. We're full steam ahead on this program. More Friday Night Football coming your way after the break.
You're on with the Friday Night Football Cheerleaders of the Week, sponsored by Brody Jewelers. Score big with a yes-worthy ring or a fine Swiss timepiece, only at Brody Jewelers.
Welcome back in. It's easy to look at Tyner's regular season and be extremely impressed. A 9-1 record, wins over schools in higher classifications, and another region championship. Consider this too. They've played every single game on the road because their stadium wasn't finished yet. But guess what? The Ram train has a home now, and what better way to christen the new digs than the first round of the playoffs? And get a load of this beauty. What a gorgeous field, and some Tyner legends were on hand. Bob Evans, he helped get the original stadium built, and then the guy who helped put the butts in the seats, the legend Wayne Turner. So welcome in, Ram train, to the brand new Wayne Turner Field at Bob Evans Stadium. How about a little playoff football after Tyner picked off Watertown on the first play of the game? The Rams are moving. Marcus Turner gets deep in Tigers territory with a first down run. Who's going to score the first touchdown at the new stadium? Who better than prime-time Dion Edwards? The sophomore sensation gives the Ram Train the early lead. Then the Tyner defense was operating on a whole different level. Azarian Collins with the pick here. That would lead to yet another Tyner touchdown. And the whole package leads to another Tyner victory, 33-20 over Watertown. Tell you one team that's tunnel vision on getting back to Finley Stadium. It's undefeated Boyd Buchanan. The Bucks fired up to host JP2 in first round action. And what felt like a 10-plus minute drive drained most of the first quarter clock. The Bucks strike first. Nothing like a little Buccaneer bootleg with the freshman under center. Drew Rivers, Boyd Buchanan leads 7-0. Then that Bucks defense starts to sniff out what the Knights had cooking. Great tackle from Mason Bates. Ain't afraid to square up with anyone in the hole. Boyd Buchanan spreading the love to their flurry of weapons. Max Bates to David Yancey, and Yancey pops a big one. Bucks in business. From the 1 yard line here, it's Boyd Buchanan's version of a tush push. We believe Fisher Kyriakidis is the one who brought the rock across the chalk. Say that 3 times fast, huh, will ya? We also believe the Bucks are one step closer to the state title. Boyd Buchanan cruises into the state quarterfinals with a 42-17 win over JP2. How about a little trip to Hickson, Tennessee? What a moon. Wildcats hosting White County. It's their second home playoff game in 3 years. The Warriors did not care. A heavy dose of Cole Sims did the trick on the opening drive of this game. This cat had about 50 touches last night, maybe more. They lead 6-0. But the Hickson defense starts to figure it out. Well, we know 15 is getting it. Let's just stop them. They force a turnover on downs on the big hit from Jaden Strickland. But after a 3-and-out in short field, White County goes back to their guy. Like the game, Sims is creating his own house in the end zone. 13-0 Warriors. Finally, the Wildcats get a spark on offense. Why didn't they give it to this guy earlier? DeAndre Balding, absolutely electric with the rock. White County doesn't even sniff bringing this guy down. Even if they tried, they wouldn't have been able to. The Wildcats would turn a 13-0 deficit into a 14-13 lead in the second half. But in the end, it's White County who squeaks out with a 20-14 win, eliminating Hickson in the first round. Back to the scoreboard, shall we? Let's get some more playoff football here. Deschler eliminates North Jackson 42-14. Pisgah gets the win, 42-14. That's double 42-14. And Cherokee goes down on the road. Hayesville gets the win at home over Highland Tech as we're in North Carolina now, 41-0. Clay County beat Copper Basin last night, 40-0, ending the Cougars season. Upperman defeated Signal Mountain last night, 50-6. Walker Valley got the big win over Tullahoma after back-to-back losses. They advance to the second round of the playoffs. And Lincoln County eliminates McMinn County, 34-13.
Meet the Friday Night Football Defensive Player of the Week. Sponsored by All Fences. The best defense is an all fence.
Listen, it just has to be Cornelius Morgan tonight. What an athletic interception from number 23. He turned that into 6 himself on the offensive end. Big-time play and a big-time moment. Easy pick, literally, for our Defensive Player of the Week. We still have much more to get to. The Blue Tornado begin their run to a three-peat at home tonight. Plus, your Week 13 Band of the Week coming your way after the break.
Time for the Friday Night Football Band of the Week. Sponsored by Big Woody's Tree Service. You'll be pleased when Big Woody's tackles your trees.
Lucky enough to catch Marion County early in the season when they were a little closer to us, and it's the Pride of the Valley. We want to hear from them. We got the color guard together to help introduce them. The Pride of the Valley is your Band of the Week.
When McCauley lost to Ensworth on September 12th, it was a bit of a head-scratcher. And this is no disrespect to the Tigers, but Big Blue has won 5 of the last 6 state titles. They enter the postseason as the 3 seed from their region now, and it's a bit of a different path to the Blue Cross Bowl, one that still began at home this evening. Not too long of a trip for Father Ryan as they're welcomed into Spear Stadium. Big Blue looking like they mean business, and they did. First play from scrimmage, the Canuck connection. Elliot Drapeau to Keyshawn Talley. Capito right down the sideline, right in your living room, right in the end zone, 250 yards for the score, and much more where that came from. Big Blue on the doorstep, and Drapeau makes it easy on everyone by taking it in himself. Less than 5 minutes in, and it's 14-0 McCallie. The Blue Tornado were just cooking on offense. Playoff McCallie is different. Drapeau to Loya Valad, who scampers in for 6 more. Like we said, playoff McCallie, bit different. Big Blue is back in the state quarterfinals with a 59-20 win over Father Ryan. Our finale at Sequatchie County, the only local-on-local matchup this week, as the Indians welcome in Brainerd. 3rd and 3 for the Tribe, up 14-0. That's where Hunter Minton does some of his best work. Get this guy just a little bit of room. That's all he needs. Sequatchie County building on their lead as they go up 20-0. But shout out to the Panthers. They didn't drive all the way out to Dunlap for a goose egg. Greg Vincent airs it out to Agent Zero, who creates a little splash for the Panthers as they try to get some momentum on the road. What a play nonetheless. But the Indians were just too much. 1st and goal with the 1. Jack Evans is wide open. Agent Zero on the other side. Sequatchie fumbled a region title last Friday. They weren't fumbling away their season in the first round. Indians advance with a 41-7 win over Brainerd at home, which means we're going to get Sequatchie County versus Meigs County next week in the 2nd round. Yes, sign us up. Lawrence County eliminates Ray County. Tough end of the season for the Golden Eagles. BGA eliminates Notre Dame, and Marion County gets done last night over Jackson County. Columbia eliminates East Hamilton, and Middle Tennessee Christian up on Grace Baptist. We're going to go ahead and say they're going to win that ball game, considering the score right there. Seasons have ended, but for those still alive, the dream continues. It's what this time of year is all about. Please tell a friend to watch online at local3news.com or on all your favorite screens. Watch yourself, boys and girls. We hope you have a lovely, lovely weekend.
Friday Night Football is brought to you by Food City and Sonic Drive-In. Live free, eat Sonic. We thank our local Food City for subs to feed our Friday Night Football crew. Get your sandwich party planner at your local Food City deli.